Hey, in this video we're going to show you how to set up the new GA4 tag. This is going to be just a basic configuration. All right, here we go. It's a checklist that we have here. We're just going to run through it from top to bottom. Let's dive into an analytics account here. So in this example, we only have the old one set up, which is the old UA code. So we need to set up the new GA4. Let's go down to the bottom left-hand corner. We'll go admin. Once we're in admin, we'll click on this button, GA4 setup. Click through it. No need to enable this. Let's go create and continue. It's going to spit back something like this. You want to copy and paste this. Actually, you don't really need it right now. We'll just go confirm. You'll also get a warning that something like this, where it's asking you to link one property to another. So just click the drop down. If you see something there, you can connect it and click save, and that's fine to do that. You might have also got an email saying that Google will configure Google Analytics for you. So you can opt out of it. I'll show you where to do that. Just where we were in the last section. Scroll down to the bottom. I like to just uncheck this. I don't know if it actually will impact it. If you've already created one, will it create a duplicate one? I'm not sure if that will be the case. We'll find out in probably a week's time, but I like to unclick it just to be safe. And then we can go and click on this to go to your new property. Here we are in a new property. Next thing we want to do is we want to go into install via Google Tag Manager. Some people like to use a Google Site Kit, which is a plugin in WordPress. I had some issues with that a couple of years, last year and the year before. It could be better now, but there was errors implementing it that way. So I like to just, for me, the cleanest installation is to do it via Google Tag Manager. So let's look at that now. And we're going to go to the property. We are going to go to data streams. We're going to click on the one we just created. We're going to make sure the details are correct. It could be a no S here, so we'll just need to update it. This is the code that we need, so we can click on this guy. We go to our Google Tag Manager. In this scenario, I've already created one for clients, so we'll just go in here, new GA4. GA4 configuration, and we copy and paste that guy in, go down to the bottom, all pages, and then save, and we're good to go on that front. Going back to the discard, going back here, we're still on the same section, which is the data streams tab. This section here, enhanced measurement. I'm going to click on the options here. This is what events you want to fire and track on the website. So I like to click most of these guys. Be aware that for this one here, form interactions, you will start seeing events fire for form submissions. However, it's not always the case that it matches up to the actual form submissions done. Sometimes it will track forms when someone starts to fill out the form but not actually completes it in the end. So just be aware, the best way to track it is to set it up via a thank you page, and that's via Tag Manager. But just so you know, I like to configure it just in case, so then you can compare how the native tracking that Google Analytics has here versus Tag Manager. So that's the difference. I like to save that. I'm going to scroll down, and we're going to, if you like to configure the internal traffic, if you have an office and you have a couple different employees in the office that are always on the website, sometimes it's good to configure the IP address. So that's how you do it here. You go define internal traffic, you go create new, and you go, corporate headquarters, office, home office, whatever it is. You can add it in here and add in the IP4 address range. That's how you do that. Let's go back and see where we are. So we've done configure measurements, internal traffic. We're going to go to some of the key settings now. So let's go back out of here. We can click out of here. We're going to go to the setup. assistant. First thing we want to do is turn on Google Signals. Let's go here, manage Google Signals, get started, continue, activate. Go to Signals. I like to go down to the bottom as well. User data collection acknowledgement. This will allow you to run remarketing campaigns. Acknowledge, and we're good to go. So going back down to the setup assistant, scroll down a little bit. Next on the list is connect ads and search console. Link Google Ads. So from here we'll go click manage Google Ads links. You can also find this on the left hand side in the same area under product links, Google Ads link. Click through the Google account, find the Google Ads account that's connected, that is the correct one. Click, 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 all good. While we're here, we're going to connect the Google Search Console. Same thing again, link, click into it, find the property you need, and then click save. Going back to the checklist, what do we have next? And then we're going to move on to the next section, which is events and conversions. So we'll go up and we'll go to events. Because we just set up the tag now, there's no events right here, right now. So maybe in about 24 hours, we'll see events being reported here. So the main things that we want to track are form submissions, which I like to set up via thank you page, and maybe phone number clicks. There are other integrations that you might have with like a live chat, or with a Jane app, or with something else, which is a little bit more complicated to set up. But right now, we just want to set up a thank you page configuration. I like to set it up twice. I like to set it up once via Google Tag Manager, and let's go with that. What we do is here we go, in this scenario here, we have our Google Tag event, and it's going to fire an event name called generate lead on a page called the thank you page. Let's look at it from the start to finish. So thank you, GA4 event. Select the tag you want, name the event. Now, Google has special naming conventions that they would prefer people to use when tracking for Google Analytics 4. So for lead form submissions, they want you to use the event name called generate lead, spelled wrong. I'll send you a link to the article on this. I just like to do it. So what's going to happen is when you look inside your Google Analytics, this is what it's going to show, generate lead. And you just need to remember that that's for a web form submission. So we've clicked the tag, generate lead. That's going to be the event name that's going to appear in Analytics. Pages, I've already created a thank you page, but if you wanted to create a new trigger, I'll show you here. Thank you. Page view, some pages. Page URL contains /thank you, and you need to work with your web developer to have that form submission redirect to a thank you page. That's pretty much it. And you go save, and we're all good there. That's good. So the second part of this, it's not actually 100% necessary, but there we go. If we go back here, we're going to go into the event section. We are going to create an event that matches that thank you page that we just set up. So we're going to have an event fire from Google Tag Manager that's going to appear here, which is going to be generate lead. But we're also going to set up that event within Google Analytics as well. I like to just do it twice because we can compare it and see sometimes there's discrepancies, and yeah, we just want to, I like to do it twice. So go create event, we go create, we'll go, this is what you want it to call, so thank you page, event name. This is where it gets a little bit tricky. We need to do this, page view, a page view on what page? Page location contains thank you. Okay. So this event is going to fire when someone visits, and there's a page view on this page that contains thank you. Great that. Perfect. Go back to our checklist here. So you might see a feature called that shows importing GA goals, which you can do in the property setup. Sometimes when I try to use that feature, it doesn't actually import all the goals that you want. So what we need to do is we need to set up new goals. So there's a couple of different ones that you probably know from the old analytics, which people would like to set up, which is time on site and pages per session. A little bit trickier to set these guys up, so I'll show you now quickly. In this scenario here, we need to create an audience, so that we don't do it in the event section or the conversion section. We have to create an audience first. So we'll go here, create a new audience from scratch. We'll call it 3 pages visited. Yeah, so if someone visits more than 3 pages, we want to fire a conversion. So we have to click here, we'll go event, we'll find the one that says page view. Actually, in this instance, because it's a brand new account, there is going to be no page view, so we might just have to wait 24 hours. If we click into this other guy here, show you events, page view, what we would do is then add parameter, and we go custom event count greater than 3. On the right hand side, the membership duration, set it to max, and what's the trigger that you want it to set to fire. What's the event you want to fire when someone enters that audience? We'll go create trigger. We'll go name it whatever you like. Let's call it pages page engagement 3. Yeah, 3. Yeah, whatever you want to name it. We need to copy and paste this guy. Okay, and click save. And then when we go back to fire this as a conversion, then we need to go to the conversions section. Oh yeah, we need to go to the conversions section here. Conversion sections, we've got new conversion event, and we're going to copy in the new event that we just created there. And click save. Going back then to audiences, we need to do the same thing if we want to do a time on site, new audience, start from scratch, time on site 3 mins. You can call it like engagement or whatever you want to call it. We'll go here, scroll down, event, where are we going? Session duration, add filter, you want it to be greater than 2 minutes or 3 minutes or whatever you like to choose. Click here, same thing again, set the maximum, create the trigger, engagement. I'm gonna copy this guy, save, go back again, go to conversions, new conversion event, type it in, click save, and then the conversion is going to fire when that event is triggered, when someone has entered that audience. Go back and have a look at where we were. We've gone through all the most important ones here. Then there are advanced ones if you want to create different audiences. For example, we know we always get a lot of spam and crappy traffic inside of Google Analytics, so maybe creating an audience that is for the location that you serve, the city or the region. Therefore, you know, there's more likely of a chance that these people are real people. If you have a Shopify account, just make sure you go inside and you're following the step-by-step. It's pretty easy to do. And then last thing, if you have other advanced tactics that we would look at, if you have third-party tracking tools in place, like a call tracking software, CallRail or something else, any sort of live chat or something, a booking tool like a Jane app. There's a slightly different setups for these guys, and that's why it's in the advanced section. But anyway, I hope this video was beneficial. Let me know if you have any questions, and have a great day.